Today's May 4th. We're going to go through our test review. So question 3 says a triangular garden has two equal sides of 3.6 meters. So 3.6 meters, 3.6 meters. It also says 3.6 meters long and contained angle 80 degrees. So when they say contained angle, that means between the two sides we're given. So we have 80 degrees. How much edging to the nearest meter is needed for this garden? So, edging refers to the perimeter of the triangle, which means I need to solve for the other side. Now, I can't set up a sine ratio for this. I can't set up my cosine ratio, or I can do this even easier. Because these two sides are the same length, this is an isosceles triangle, which means these two angles are what? The same. So if they're the same, I know one triangle's angles add up to 180. Exactly. We divide the 80 we have. So there is 100 degrees to split between these two angles. And because they're the exact same, they're both going to be 50 degrees. Okay? Now you could have used cosine to solve for this, but sine-wise, in my opinion, much quicker to solve with. So now that we have those 50 degrees, we can set up a sine law ratio. So we have sine, what are we looking for? We're looking for sides, so we'll put the angles on the bottom. So we have 3.6 over sine 50. We'll call that our A, B, and C. So this is our A, C, and this is our side B. We are looking, our x is B, so we're just going to call it x, and our angle B is sine 80. I've set up the ratio. I only have one variable to look for. Cross multiply. So I'm going to bring over the sine 80 on this side, so it becomes sine 80 degrees times 3.6 divided by sine 50 degrees is equal to x. One of the sides of the triangle. So I'm just going to bring up the calculator here. So we have sine 80 times 3.6. That gives us 3.54 over sine 50. And then we're going to take our answer from above. Where's the division sign here? There you go. Divided by sine 50 equals 4.62. So, according to this, the other side of the triangle is 4.62. Okay, question 9A. They've given us the measurements of triangle ABC. They said angle, I believe that's A, right? Yeah. No, sorry. That's angle B. Angle B is 90, so this triangle I've made, we're going to call this angle B, which means this will be side B. Angle C is 33 degrees. I'm just going to arbitrarily call this C and the other one A. Angle C is 33 degrees, and side B is 4.9. The question says to solve the triangle. So, to solve the triangle, what are they looking for in this question then? They're looking for everything. So they want what the other angle is going to be. They'd also like this side between B and A and the side between B and C. So in other words, our side A and our side C. So first of all, I can solve angle A very quickly. What do I have to do? 180, subtract 90, subtract 33. Okay? 90 subtract 33, 57? Is it? Is that calculator? 57 degrees. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we've already solved for angle A. Angle A, 57 degrees. Now I have to solve for side A and side B. Now, am I using cosine and sine law, or am I using our SOHCAHTOA ratio? Why? 90 degrees. So we can easily set this up. We can use sine or cos. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the angle 33. We're going to use this one right here. I'm going to solve for side A. Okay? So I have, first of all, which ratio would I use? If I'm using this angle, 33, and I want to solve for side A, and the only measurement I have is the hypotenuse. Cosine. Why cosine? Yes, this is the adjacent side. It's touching that angle. So cosine 33 degrees is equal to the adjacent side, which is our side A, over 4.9. Okay? I need to isolate for A, so I'm going to bring 4.9 to the other side. And when I do that, it becomes multiplied by. So this becomes 4.9 times cos 33 is equal to side A. We'll quickly solve it on the calculator. So cos 33 times 4.9, 4.1. So our side A, so I'm just going to call it lowercase a, 4.1. If on the test they ask you to solve for the triangle, I want you guys to make a little answer key. Whatever they're missing, put all the answers in there. Angle A, side A, and the last thing I'm looking for is side C. So I have to solve for that. I'm going to use the exact same angle, but I want to solve for side C. So which ratio would I set up? I could use tangent. I want to use the hypotenuse also. Sine. I'm looking for the opposite, and I already have the hypotenuse. So let's set this up down here. Sine 33 degrees is the opposite, which is our side C, over 4.9. This question's done the exact same. The only difference is we type in sine ratio. I bring 4.9 over to the other side. Comes multiplied by sine 33 equal to side C. So in this one we have sine 33 times 4.9, 2.6. So our side A is our side C is 2.6. This one was 4.9. 0.6. So if I ask you to solve for the triangle on the test tomorrow, I want you to make a small answer key like this. Whatever's missing, put them all together. The degrees, the measurements, all in one little answer key. Okay? You guys have any questions about that? Oh, what did I write? 4.9? Yeah, you're right. It's 4.1. There we go. Okay, question 9D. They've given us triangle JKL. They've only given us the measurements of the sides. So, here's J. We'll call that side J. L, side L, and K, side K. Okay? I've just arbitrarily set up this triangle. We have K is 18 centimeters, L is 21 centimeters, and J is 17 centimeters. They want us to solve the triangle, so what are we looking for? Every angle. They want us to solve all angles, so I'm looking for angle K, L, and J. Now, the only way to solve this, if I have all three sides of a triangle, and from the looks of it, it's probably not a 90-degree triangle, what do I use? Cosine. Make sure you guys know this for tomorrow. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. Now, if you guys look, we have an A, B, and a C. They have a J, L, and K. I'm going to have to kind of rename this triangle. I'm always solving for, in the cosine law, the C, whether it's the side or it's the angle. In this case, I have every side, so I'm going to be solving for the angle. Okay? So let's say I want to solve for angle J. That now becomes the C in cosine law. So I can rename this all. J will now be my side C, and the other two, doesn't matter what I name each. So K can be my B, and L can be our A. If you want, you can take the JKL right out and just rename the triangle ABC. Now that we have those, we're going to plug them in. So our side C is 17. So we get 17 squared is equal to our A and B. A was 21 and B is 18. 21 squared plus 18 squared. Okay, so we have our 21 and 18. 2 times 21 times 18 cos C. So we're still solving this C here. I'm going to square all of these. Okay, so I squared 17, it's 289. I squared 21, it's 441. And I squared 18, it's 324. Now, many of you guys get confused at this part right here. Okay? Many of you decide to combine this together. They do not combine together. If you guys go by bed math, these are all multiplied together. So I would have to do that first. Okay? Even the cos. So you do not combine these numbers, our squared AB, with our 2AB. Make sure you do not do that on the test. Many of you did it on, actually, no, you didn't do it on the quiz, but we're going to do that in a second. So let's solve for, I'm going to quickly to solve that. Okay, so I calculate 2 times 21 times 18. It says negative or subtract 756 times cos. So I need to get the C by itself because we're solving for that. I'm going to move 441 to the other side and positive 324 to the other side. So this becomes 289, subtract 441, subtract 324, equals, I still have a negative sign, negative 556 cos, oh, sorry, what did I say? 756, thank you, Drake, times cos C. So make sure you guys know that step. We do not combine 441 plus 324 minus 756. Those are separate because this has to be multiplied by cos C. Okay, I'm going to quickly solve the left side of this. Okay, I got negative 476. Now, like we said, we have to isolate cos C. This says multiplied by. So imagine that this number is multiplied by cos C. So I need to divide both sides by 756. Negative 756. These two will end up canceling out, and we'll be left with cos C is equal to, okay, I've divided the two. We get positive 0.6296. This is the other tough part. Many of you guys most likely will forget to do. I'm solving for just C, which means I got to move cos to the other side because I'm looking for only the angle. When I move cos to the other side, it becomes the inverse cos when you type it in your calculator. So we push cos inverse to 0.6296 equals C. We do it on the calculator right now. Second function cos, so I have cos inverse 0.6296 is equal to 50.9. Equals C. So when I go all the way back up here, my angle J is 50.9. Or 51 if you want to make it a little easier to work with.